without a point against Penrith today.
Yeah, it's frustrating. Disappointed. Disappointed for the players. I thought for long periods in the game there we were really competitive. Particularly in the first half. And had that try gone our way. It's something we probably needed to give us a bit of confidence. But the longer the game went, they probably showed their class in how good a side they are, and I think culminating in them having 46 sets of the ball to our 29, and you can't compete when that's going against you. But still some holes in our game, that I'm not happy with, and we've got to get back to training, review it, and aim to improve again.
What are the holes you're talking about?
Oh, just periods of the 2 tries off kicks. I thought we should clean up. The 2 one-on-one misses there, miss under the ball there at the end, the Momorowski one. There's periods in the game where we're really competing for long periods. To be going at 4-0 there for a long time, and then even at 10-0 could have been, another try our way, but ultimately it'll wear you down. The 2 forward passes that we had from dummy half, a couple of yardage errors again, it just puts too much pressure on your defence, and ultimately you get what we got. And until we can string, last week we probably had a really good 20 minutes. Tonight probably had a good 40 minutes, but the game goes for 80, and we're getting found out through tough periods in the game.
You're on the wrong end of a 5-0 penalty count last week. It's 5-1 today. You lose the set restarts in both games as well. Is that the Dogs' fault, or are you lacking a little bit of love from the whistleblowers?
Yeah, I think when you're playing the top sides, I guess it'd be easy for me to sit here and say that the luck generally goes with the dominant side, and probably has the last 2 weeks, but still no excuse for the forward passes, the one-on-one misses, those things we can control. We just make it too hard on ourselves when we don't get an even share of possession. And at the end of the game, and even there we had 12 men there at the end, and it takes its toll on you. So it's a work in progress, don't get me wrong, but we've got to fix it and go to Brisbane with a good attitude next week and get a win.
Sure, the conditions didn't help out there either.
The conditions? Yeah, no, the same for both sides, and Penrith controlled the ball well. They're a pretty well-disciplined unit, and they're hard to stop, particularly if you give them 60% of the ball. Your kick-outs and those sort of guys are hard to contain when they're not tired.
And you knew all their strength is obviously that left edge. They came, had a bit of joy there. What did you make of that? How can you try and combat that, I guess? Yeah,
look, I thought the first try we were in a position to stop it. We just had to make the tackle, and the second try kicks, we don't go for intercepts here. We need to go to bodies, and they were 2-1s again, disappointed with, and we need to stop them because that's not good enough.
What do you make about Kyle's game?
Yeah, mate, always hard for a halfback when you only get 5 good ball sets and you're not kicking on the front foot either. I thought our set ends last week were really good. I think we're only at about 50% with our high set ends, so us turning the ball over in a good position. So, but again, when you're on the wrong end of the field position and you're just doing your best and kicking the ball inside your 40 all night, it's hard to kick on the front foot. But that's something we're going to have to negate and get better at. But again, getting an even share of the ball, not making unforced errors, is going to help us a lot.
Obviously, you can't look too far ahead, but you play Brisbane next week, and then after that, it's a pretty torrid couple of weeks for you guys. How important does that make that next week for you?
Yeah, next week's really important. Brisbane in a similar position, losing their 2 opening rounds, but certainly not looking. I can't look any further ahead than that. And this is, not about the ultimate outcome. There's a process here that we need to go through to fix the patches in and out throughout our game that aren't up to scratch. And the minute I start looking that far ahead, I'll lose focus on what we need to fix, and that's really important